Okay, for our quads and rectus femoris more specifically, we're actually going to take our person all the way down to the edge of the table so that they have a nice ability to bring the knee into flexion rather. That's going to give us the ability to provide that pin and stretch. And so once you've got them there, we're going to start by lifting the leg up. And then there are so many points along the quads here that you can find. Try to start in the middle of the line, okay? And try to make your grip nice and broad. Otherwise, you're going to get a little bit too much glide going on. So a nice broad contact in the midline of the quads. And then we're slowly going to apply our pin and stretch here by allowing gravity to do the work to start with. But then at a certain point, gravity is going to run out because we're applying that stretch there. And then when that happens, I'm going to bring my leg in to encourage it down a little further. As much as you can on this one, I would recommend not gliding. I've got a little bit of glide on here, but I'm trying to take that out by getting a broader grip so I can keep that tension a little bit more specific into the musculature here. Along the quads there are lots of points of access, so you can release that once you feel a bit of a creep of the tissue, and then we're going to work our way more proximally up close to the origin of rectus femoris. So we'll go sort of part way up, we'll get a nice grip on the tissue. You okay with that pressure? And then we're going to let the foot slowly head down, introducing stretch into the connected tissues there, and then I'm adding just a little bit at the end. And I'm keeping that there. This would again be indicated if someone's coming to you with an excess anterior pelvic tilt. It is difficult, by the way, to tell what is excess versus what is not. But if, for example, they have accompanying low back pain, then you might consider the anterior pelvic tilt to be part of that. There's no strict relationship between degree of tilt and pain response because we all have different degrees of lordosis in our spine, and sometimes people with a lot of anterior pelvic tilt, that's just the position of their spine and that's fine. Other times we see that that changes over time, and with an increase in anterior pelvic tilt over time, sometimes we might want to work on that in order to restore the original balance of tension. I'm going to go for one more here, and I'm going to go quite close to the origin of rectus femoris. So I get a nice purchase on the tissue, and then I introduce flexion into the knee. And then we keep that there. And that's now including most of the line of rectus femoris, most of the length of rectus femoris. Once you feel a little bit of a change there, you can let that go. And then I'm going to go right ahead to the other side here.